successful.
The White House spokeswoman calls Mamdani a communist. The Trump administration wants to break decades of precedent with a proposal to open federal waters to new oil and gas drilling.
The Interior Department's plan calls for offshore lease sales along the California coast and new drilling 100 miles off Florida's west coast. There's strong opposition from California Governor Gavin Newsom and bipartisan opposition in Florida, including from Republicans Governor Ron DeSantis and Senator Rick Scott. Tourism and access to clean beaches are key parts of the economy in both states. Michael Toscano, CBS News, Washington.
Federal investigators have released a preliminary report on the deadly UPS cargo plane crash in Kentucky this month. Transportation correspondent Chris Van Cleve.
The NTSB was able to recover components from that engine and the pylon that attaches the engine to the wing of the plane. What they found in some of those metal components were signs of fatigue cracks, fatigue in the metal, that it appears touched off this sequence of disaster.
A painting by a Mexican surrealist sets a record.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, to sleep perchance, to dream, we come to El Sueño La Cama, one of Frida Kahlo's most storied, poignant and psychologically complex self-portraits.
Kahlo's 1940 work, picturing her lying in bed, dreaming of a large skeleton overhead, has sold for $55 million. It's the highest price ever paid for one of her paintings. Kahlo was severely injured in a streetcar accident and spent much of her life in bed. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
News, weather,
traffic.
95.9 WATD.
959WATD.com.
Sun is shining, 32 though freezing around the South Shore at 7:03. Good Friday morning. I'm Lori Kirby, WATD News. The news at 7 is sponsored in part by South Shore YMCA. Get out of the house and get active. The South Shore YMCA has mental and physical wellness plans for all ages and abilities. Start your wellness journey today at ssymca.org/join. And today is the last day on the job for laid-off teachers in Whitman-Hanson, still reeling from the news. Students are wearing custom T-shirts this morning to protest the layoffs. A stunning $1.4 million budget shortfall was revealed only weeks ago, leading to nearly 24 pink slips out of the blue. We'll have more on this developing story throughout the morning. A Plymouth man is dead after a collision on Main Street in Kingston last night that closed the roadway for hours. Police have not released his identity, but say the 38-year-old was riding a motorcycle that collided with a pickup truck. Kingston police are asking the public or any witnesses of the crash to reach out to them, particularly if you have video of that accident. No word yet on any charges. Again, the road has since reopened. Karen Reed, who was found not guilty of charges in her criminal trial related to the death of her boyfriend, Boston police officer John O'Keefe, is due back in court today in a wrongful death lawsuit filed against her by the O'Keefe family in Plymouth County. Today's court appearance is for a status conference. We'll have more news in just a moment.
Become the better you in 2025 at the South Shore YMCA. Kick off the new year for you and your family with unlimited ways to grow in spirit, mind, and body. The South Shore Y is committed to building strong communities that support your entire family.
For seniors, membership at the Y means more than just fitness. It means belonging. Join the Y and be part of a strong community. Connect, achieve, and become the better you in 2025. For families, South Shore YMCA membership benefits include free on-site babysitting, free parent-child swim lessons, and free family activities each week. And all members get early registration, discounts on Y programs and camps, and free group exercise classes.
The South Shore Y offers a 30-day risk-free money-back guarantee with no joiner's fee. Check out their new expanded weight areas, functional fitness spaces, and all new fitness equipment. Plus, enjoy their indoor walking track, indoor turf area, tennis courts, and heated pools. Visit ssymca.org/join. The better you belongs at the South Shore YMCA.
7:06, catcher Connor Wong and the Red Sox agree to a one-year deal for $1.3 million. This went down yesterday, a day ahead of the deadline for teams to offer contracts for next season to unsigned players. for their 40-man rosters. One can earn an additional $75,000 in performance bonuses for plate appearances. The 29-year-old has made occasional appearances at first, second, third, and the outfield. Go Rockland! Rockland boys soccer. Their team is playing in the Division IV state championship later today. And the annual Americans Hometown Thanksgiving Parade is stepping off tomorrow morning at 10 in Plymouth. The parade's executive director, Ollie DiMacedo, has more.
I think for me, it's the most important holiday of the season because it's about our families. People come together just to be with their families again, so we just really love to kick it off. And kicking it off in Plymouth, Mass, where the first Thanksgiving began, is even more special. And we have a lot of surprises this year, a lot of good things to see. It's a real family event driven by just telling the history of the American story, the American pilgrimage, as I would call it. We have a lot of tremendous floats, bands, groups from all over the country. It's just a great take, and it's free. Just come and enjoy. Just line the streets of Plymouth and have a great time.
The Thanksgiving Parade begins at 10 in front of Plymouth Rock on Water Street. It goes to Main Street and then Court Street. There will be free parking and shuttle buses to and from that parade at Plymouth District Court on Obery Street in Plymouth and at the MBTA commuter station on Marion Drive in Kingston. And a lot of locally made holiday gifts will be available tomorrow at the Dickens Festival Holiday Craft Fair at All Souls Church in Braintree.
We have pretty high standards for our artisans, that everything has to be made by them. But just to rattle off a few of the 22 crafters that are coming, and they have great gifts for people in your family or for yourself. I end up usually buying something for myself. So beautiful, one-of-a-kind handbags, stunning jewelry, adorable plushies, unique charcuterie boards, holiday ornaments, angels, crystals, engraved wood items, pine cone wreaths, vintage-inspired children's clothing, and somebody who has written and published an original graphic novel sequel to Peter Pan. If you have any Peter Pan fans out there, that's going to be a must-have.
I can fly. All right, the Dickens Festival Holiday Craft Fair is taking place tomorrow at 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at All Souls Church on Elm Street in Braintree. And coming up right after this, the weekend weather for all those fun events taking place, including the Plymouth Parade, brought to you by the South Shore YMCA. Get out of the house and get active. And brought to you by Cape Auto Body. Attention Tesla owners, Cape Auto in Plymouth is certified to repair your Tesla for both collision and vehicle service.
When you've been in an accident, dealing with your insurance company can feel overwhelming. At Cape Auto Body, they advocate for you. Their experienced team knows how to navigate the insurance process, making sure your repairs are done the right way. For over 70 years, they've built trust by protecting customers and restoring their vehicles with care. Cape Auto Collision Center in Plymouth, where experience, integrity, and quality meet. Visit capeautobody.com to learn more.
Now, WATD traffic and weather on the 9s.
Good morning. It is 7:09, and taking a look at the ride this morning, we are seeing delays on the expressway from East Milton up towards Andrews Square. So we've got some delays there. The drive time's 21 minutes. Braintree to Boston, typically lighter on a Friday morning. We're seeing that the case today. Route 3, no delays from Plymouth right up into Weymouth. Southbound Route 3, we had a little bit of a solar glare delay reported near Rockland. Not bad at the Sagamore. A little bit of company at the Bourne. 24 has some reduced speeds before Harrison Boulevard in Avon up past 139. 128 looks good through Dedham and Needham. And 95, we have some delays from South Main Street, Mechanic Street in Sharon up towards Neponset Street in Norwood. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now the updated South Shore weather.
Rather frosty once again, especially around Plymouth, Carver. Can be some icy spots even on the roadways with patches of fog. Boston above freezing and all of our coastal points this morning. We'll see a little sun mixed with clouds. They'll become breezy later in the day with the temperature heading for 50 degrees. Rather balmy. Tonight, a system approaching from the west, and that will bring a shower, a bit of rain approaching from the south, the low 38. Thanksgiving parade in Plymouth tomorrow morning kicks off, and we'll be right on the northern edge of that rain as it moves away. Sunshine will start to break through, brisk, highs near 48. Sunday, sunshine with a few clouds into Monday in the mid-40s. Next weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
Sunny and freezing in Marshfield. At the weather station, WATD, it's 32 right now. I'm Laurie Kirby at 7:12. And the South Shore's Morning News continues now with Rob Hakala on 95.9 WATD.
7 o'clock hour of the South Shore's Morning News. Name that tune with Stephen Curtianis off today. He'll be back next Friday at 7:10, but in less than 12 hours from now, you'll see him at Memorial Hall in Plymouth. Hooray for Hollywood, that concert. Memorial Hall in Plymouth tonight at 7 o'clock. PlymouthPhil.org, PlymouthPhil.org. Text line available for you, 781-837-4900, 781-837-4900 if you want to chime in. Text line is sponsored by Auto Shine, Auto Body, and Abington and Braintree. Don't forget, and oh, by the way, welcome to Where Are My Manners? Hello, and welcome to YouTube. Thank you for joining us in our beautiful studio here. That's Lori, who reads the news with a hat. I'm Rob Hakala. I have a hat as well. And coming up at 7:40, David Baldacci will join us. Lori is excited. She's excited because she's already read one of his other books before, but this is the new one. I'll hold it up here for everybody.
What is the new one? I went to the library to get his new one.
It's a thriller called Nash Falls. We're going to get all the details.
Not sold out, but I think that it wasn't on the shelf. Yeah. Everybody already grabbed it.
Look at that, David Baldacci, and I'll turn it around as
Can
well
you
because
read a little bit?
I think Lori wants to see a picture of him, so I'm going to put that up there as well.
He's
there
so
we go.
handsome.
Yeah, no,
yes.
I realize that. Okay, but I mean, we're going to have David on it. Oh my goodness. Okay, 7:40. David Baldacci will join us. So more on that, Lori. Be listening after 7:40, and then. I know you want the book, but we already promised we'd give it away for listeners, so maybe they'll let you borrow it, though. Nash Falls is the new one. David Baldacci, #1 in New York Times best-selling author. So we're going to talk to him, and we'll have a copy to give away because we're heading into the holiday season, and we love giving away books to people that need them because chances are this book could be a great gift for someone in your life. Maybe they're already a fan like Lori or others, it's a fan of David Baldacci, or they're just in the genre. They want a nice thriller. So we'll talk about that coming up at 7:40. 7:14 now on the South Shore's Morning News. And so the jury is all seated now at this point for the trial of the Cohasset father, Brian Walsh, the father of those 3 young kids accused of murdering and dismembering his wife, Anna Walsh, remember, around New Year's 2023. And so the jury is all set. There are 16 individuals. They got 12. They've got the 4 alternates. And they're hoping the Monday after Thanksgiving to get the opening statements underway in this trial. CBS Boston's Louisa Moeller has a preview.
Dozens were interviewed, but on day 3 of jury selection, only 4 more were picked, just enough to make the 16 total jurors that the judge says is necessary for trial.
But it's right on track for moving along efficiently.
WBZ legal analyst Jennifer Roman says the speed of jury selection is appropriate for such a high-profile case. Walsh is accused of murdering his wife Anna, the mother of their 3 children, in 2023. Earlier this week, he pled guilty to 2 lesser charges, misleading a police investigation and improper disposal of a body, leaving the door open to a deal, which would allow him to plead guilty to second-degree murder and be eligible for parole. Roman says that possibility now seems farther off.
The only way that they would find out about this potentially is if Brian Walsh was to testify.
The trial is scheduled to begin after the Thanksgiving holiday on Monday, December 1st.
All right, there you go. That is CBS Boston's Louisa Moeller reporting. And we'll, of course, be covering that. I imagine there'll be a lot of attention, as there has been in the Brian Walsh case. And that jury has now been seated. And as you heard, Monday after the Thanksgiving break. Monday after Thanksgiving is when we'll get those opening statements. Time now is 7:16 on the South Shore's Morning News. Great to have you here. And don't forget, you can chime in on the text line on any topic, something you want to pass along. Feel free to connect with us. You can just send your message on the text line. You text it in to 781-837-4900, 781-837-4900. The text line is sponsored by Auto Shine Auto Body in Abington and Braintree. Coming up, traffic and weather in the 9s, the morning sports, and our digital pro, Kim Commando. But first, watching your money. Let's get a recap on Wall Street now from CBS's Jason Brooks. And the Business Report is sponsored by Anodyne. Caring for a loved one and in need of help? Turn to Anodyne for the best in private home care services and adult family care support. You can get more on their website. Visit anodyne-services.com, ANODYNE-services.com. Anodyne.
AI chipmaker NVIDIA sold off after initially wowing investors with its earnings results and positive outlook for AI demand going into 2026. But the rally faded and weighed on the overall market. The Dow plunged 386 points to 45,752. The Nasdaq took a 486-point dive to 22,078, and the S&P lost 103 points to 6538. Jason Brooks, CBS News.
Whether you need private home care services or adult family care support, the place to turn is Anodyne. With over 50 years experience, Anodyne assists families and caregivers to support loved ones who are aging or have disabilities right in your home. Anodyne's adult family care program provides nursing oversight and case management at no cost to you. If you're caring for a loved one and are looking for support, Anodyne may be able to help. Call Megan at 617-689-5232 or find them online at anodyne-services.com.
Hi, I'm Sharon McNamara, full-time real estate agent and broker-owner of Boston Connect Real Estate. My co-host, Melissa Wallace, and I talk Real Estate Roundtable. We can't wait to connect with you at bringing you all the insights, tips, and trends in real estate here on WATD, so we can talk real estate.
Talk Real Estate Roundtable with Sharon McNamara and Melissa Wallace, Saturday mornings at 8 on 95.9 WATD. Good morning. The time now is 7:19. Back out to your drive. WATD traffic and weather. We check it every 10 minutes on the 9s. And we have a crash now on 93 to watch out for. This is in Randolph. A center lane crash reported 93 south before Route 24. So that'll jam you up coming through out of Braintree through Randolph on 93 southbound delays starting before Route 28. And taking a look at Route 3, you're fine along the South Shore. 24 is slow. Harrison Boulevard up towards 139. Northbound Expressway is slow from East Milton up towards Andrews Square. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now the updated South Shore weather. Let's take a look now at the weekend, and Chief Meteorologist Rob Gilman, front and center. And Rob, your report is sponsored by East Coast Mini Splits and Heat Pumps. East Coast Mini Splits and Heat Pumps. Get your no-cost energy audit online by visiting eastcoastminisplitsandheatpumps.com and start cutting those energy bills today.
Rather frosty once again, especially around Plymouth, Carver. Can be some icy spots even on the roadways with patches of fog. Boston above freezing and all of our coastal points this morning. We'll see A little sun mixed with clouds. They'll become breezy later in the day with the temperature heading for 50 degrees. Rather balmy. Tonight, a system approaching from the west, and that will bring a shower, a bit of rain approaching from the south, the low 38. Thanksgiving parade in Plymouth tomorrow morning kicks off, and we'll be right on the northern edge of that rain as it moves away. Sunshine will start to break through, brisk, highs near 48. Sunday, sunshine with a few clouds into Monday in the mid-40s. Next weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
Thanks, Rob. And right now, outside our studio in Marshfield, the temperature 31 degrees at the weather station WATD. Sports coming up next.
This winter, when the temperatures plummet and your heating system croaks, East Coast Mini Splits to the rescue.
I'm Pete the Heat, and I bring the warmth.
I'm Captain Cool Breeze, and I bring the chill.
Together, they're the heating and cooling heroes, blasting in with mini splits and heat pumps that save money, energy, and marriages.
One call will do it all.
We're putting smiles on faces by creating cozy spaces.
East Coast Mini Splits, your local authorized Mitsubishi electric heating and air conditioning contractor. Schedule your free consultation today at eastcoastminisplits.com.
WATD Sports at 7:22. Good morning. I'm Rob Hakala. Our sports report is sponsored by Bellstar Jewelry this time around. Bellstar Jewelry. Clean out your old jewelry and bring it to Bellstar Jewelry. They buy gold and diamonds. Route 139 at the Anderson Plaza in Pembroke. Bellstar Jewelry. Well, tonight we've got the Celtics and the Bruins both in action. The Celtics are home. They'll host the Brooklyn Nets at 7:30. The Bruins are on the road. They continue their road trip. They will be in L.A. to take on the Kings. That is at 10:30 tonight. Patriots in Cincinnati to take on the Bengals. Yeah, the Patriots have won 8 straight. They are 9-2. Patriots and Drake May taking on the Bengals. Joe Burrow could return for the Bengals, but the Patriots, again, have won 8 straight. The Bengals host the Patriots Sunday at 1. Thursday night NFL action. The Houston Texans beat the Buffalo Bills 23-19. High school sports, we have got a great football matchup for you. We're going to have more on that from Brendan, but we also got a listener that told us Rockland boys soccer team is playing the Division IV state championship today at 4:45. Rockland versus Bromfield School at 4:45 at Doyle Field in Leominster. And now here's Brendan.
That's right, guys. We've reached the semifinals for football in Massachusetts, and we have a good one for you Friday night. This week, we're headed to Hingham High School for a Division IV semifinal. Once again, Scituate will face off with Duxbury in the state playoffs. Pre-game coverage begins at 6:45 with kickoff to follow at 7 o'clock. As always, you can hear it all right here on 95.9 WATD. Brendan Connolly, WATD Sports.
Jewelry is the most valuable when it has meaning. A memory, a promise, a legacy. When passed down through the generations, jewelry is worth much more than its weight in gold. It holds the memories and experience of everyone that's ever worn it. Trust your cherished pieces to Bellstar Jewelry in Pembroke. Through 4 decades, Paul Murphy has helped generations of families to preserve and repair jewelry. A trusted jeweler is your best advisor. Visit bellstarjewelry.com. Then visit Bellstar Jewelry in person at the Anderson Plaza on Route 139 in Pembroke.
This is Mike McNamara. The stock market's long-term chart runs northeast, but never in a straight line. There are hills, market highs, then valleys, market lows. The problem is that nobody knows where we are now and where we are going tomorrow. With all of the excitement going on in Washington these days, perhaps it's time to review your investments. Maybe we can help. McNamaraFinancial.com or 781-834-2010.
Hi, it's John Paul, the car doctor. Thinking of buying a new car, selling the car you have, or just trying to get rid of that pesky check engine light? Join me on WATD every Sunday morning at 11. We'll have interesting guests, the latest news from the automotive industry, play a little car trivia, and answer all of your car questions. It all happens each Sunday morning at 11 on 95.9 WATD.
Sponsored by AAA Northeast, Sunday mornings at 11 on 95.9 WATD. It is 7:26 on the South Shore's Morning News. Time now for our digital pro. Here's Kim Commando.
This Christmas, Santa will be overwhelmed getting tens of millions of e-bikes down the chimney. Every kid from 10 to 70 seems to want one. And as a driver, I'm sure you've noticed them everywhere. But before you put the order in with Santa, here's a few things worth knowing. I'm Kim Commando for LinkedIn. Post a job for free. Find qualified candidates quickly at linkedin.com/Kim. In a perfect world, an e-bike would go no faster than 25 miles an hour. Still, that's fast for a bicycle, so helmets should be mandatory. In many states, they're not. And there's more, a lot more. There are no federal regulations or guidelines defining an e-bike. That's true for most states, too. Be aware that some e-bikes coming from the factory are ready to hit 45 or even 50 miles per hour. And e-bike accidents are far more likely than regular bikes to result in severe injuries, including fractures, internal trauma, and head injuries. With an e-bike, know the dangers before you buy or put it on a list. My Christmas cash giveaway is happening right now at winfromkim.com.
It is 7:27, and now the story of driverless cars. Isn't that fun? Can't you wait until that day you can just not pay attention and fall asleep in the car, and the car will just drive itself, and everything will be wonderful, right? No, I don't know if we're there, but driverless cabs are spreading across the country. We hear more about driverless cabs coming to New Orleans. WWL Radio's Dave Cohen with more on that story.
Waymo says it has big plans to expand self-driving taxis to cities including Orlando, Minneapolis, Tampa, and here in New Orleans.
People would be interested in it. There's no doubt about it.
University of New Orleans business professor Mark Rosa says it can be successful, and while some may fear the technology, he says if it's cheaper than other services, it can find demand.
There's going to be a pricing advantage by going with the driverless.
Dave Cohen for CBS News, New Orleans.
Yikes. Okay, there you go. And Waymo says earlier this week it is now full autonomous in Miami, and also Dallas, Houston, and San Antonio are coming soon. Mariah Carey is at that time of year.
Mariah Carey's 30-year-old holiday classic is already charting on the Billboard Hot 100. It's climbed to number 11 ahead of Thanksgiving. Her PR team says that's the earliest re-entry ever. The song boasts a record of 97 total weeks at number 1 on the music chart overall. The Queen of Christmas is hoping to cash in. Def Jam Records and Universal are re-releasing a shiny starlight clear-colored vinyl version of 2010's Merry Christmas to You album on Amazon. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Coming up, 7:30 news. We're going to check in with Lori Kirby, get you updated on the morning's top stories. In next half hour, #1 New York Times bestselling author David Baldacci will join us. The new book, Nash Falls, coming up after 7:30. 7:29, WATD's traffic and weather on the 9s, and the ride this morning along the expressway slow East Milton up towards Andrews Square. 93 southbound is slow as you make your way towards out of Braintree towards a crash in the center lane. 93 south before Route 24 in Randolph. Route 3, a little pocket near Union Street. 24, some reduced speeds through Avon and Stoughton. And not bad at the Sagamore, a little bit of company getting on at the Bourne. This report sponsored by Churchill & Tilden. Have you suffered from a personal injury? Contact Churchill & Tilden today. From auto accidents to slips and falls, Churchill & Tilden can offer the legal representation you need online, churchill-tilden.com. South Shore weather. For today, we'll have a blend of clouds and sunshine, the high 50. Tonight, thickening clouds, a stray rain shower after midnight, a low 38. 31 in Marshfield, 7:30.
The South Shore's Morning News on 95.9 FM WATD.
32 degrees around the South Shore at 7:30 this Friday morning. Good morning. I'm Laurie Kirby, WATD News. The news is brought to you in part by Hingham Lumber, the Better Builder's Yard, offering you services like kitchen and bath design, paint consultation, tool and equipment repair, doors, windows, specialty hardware, and so much more. Visit Hingham Lumber today at hinghamlumber.com. A New Hampshire congresswoman is among 6 Democrats accused of sedition by President Trump. Representative Maggie Goodlander appearing with her colleagues, including Senator Mark Kelly of Arizona, in a video this week, encouraging members of the military to refuse illegal orders in certain circumstances. CBS's Deborah Rodriguez has more on the story.
Fallout after President Trump accused a group of Democratic lawmakers of sedition, a crime punishable by death, for calling on members of the military to ignore illegal orders. The president suggested on social media they be arrested and put on trial. He also reposted a comment saying they should be hanged. One of those lawmakers, Michigan Senator Alyssa Slotkin.
I'm not going to shut up because Donald Trump is threatening me.
White House is trying to walk back his words. Spokeswoman Caroline Leavitt.
To suggest and encourage that active duty service members defy the chain of command is a very dangerous thing for sitting members of Congress to do, and they should be held accountable.
Lawmakers now seeking extra security.
Tensions running high in Whitman-Hanson this morning. Students are wearing custom T-shirts protesting teacher layoffs. Today is the final day on the job for laid-off teachers in Whitman-Hanson after a stunning $1.4 million budget shortfall was revealed out of the blue a few weeks ago. We'll have much more on this developing story throughout the day. And again, Kingston police confirming there was a fatal crash that shut down Main Street at around 6 o'clock last night for hours. This was a motorcycle and a pickup truck. We have confirmed that the motorcyclist, a 38-year-old man from Plymouth, was pronounced dead on the scene. His name has not been released. Kingston police are asking that anybody who may have gotten some video of that crash last night to please reach out to them. Brian Walsh, the jury is selected. We will tell you what you need to know in just a minute.
At Hingham Lumber, we believe the entrance door to your home is the final touch, reflecting the quality and care of what's inside. Geldwin's architectural fiberglass doors offer superior security, durability, and craftsmanship that best represents your home. Simply choose your grain, your glass style, and even the finish, all with the assistance of Hingham Lumber's expert staff. Imagine choosing your perfect door with our team, who offer personalized service and in-depth product knowledge to help you find the Geldwin door that best represents your home, complete with the look of real wood but low maintenance. Visit our door and window showroom where you can feel the quality and see the variety of Geldwin doors in person. Whether you're renovating, remodeling, or building new, find your perfect door solution at Hingham Lumber, the Better Builder's Yard. Visit us at hinghamlumber.com or at our showroom on Route 3A today.
7:34 on this Friday morning. Matthew Farwell, a former Stoughton police officer who earlier pleaded not guilty to killing a 23-year-old woman he's accused of sexually exploiting when she was underage, is now facing an additional charge of causing the death of her unborn son. Former U.S. Attorney Josh Levy detailing the charges at a 2024 news conference.
At the time of her death, Sandra Birchmore was a 23-year-old woman with her entire life ahead of her, and she was pregnant with her first child. We allege that Sandra Birchmore survived years of grooming, statutory rape, and then sexual violence, all at the hands of Matthew Farwell, who was employed throughout their relationship as an officer and then detective for the Stoughton Police Department.
Farwell indicted on one charge in the death of Sandra Birchmore's unborn son is set to be arraigned today on that charge. We will follow up on that for you throughout the day here in the WATD newsroom. 16 jurors have been selected for the Brian Walsh murder trial following a process which ended just yesterday. Let's hear from the judge.
I will instruct the jury that they must decide this case based only on their evaluation of the evidence presented at trial, and that they may not base their verdict on anything else that was not admitted into evidence, and also may not decide this case based on sympathy, prejudice, anger, or any other emotion. All jurors must be able to commit themselves to following these instructions so that they can be fair and impartial and decide this case again based only on the evidence and the law.
Judge Diane Frenier also advising them to stay off social media, obviously, so they can remain unbiased as possible. The Cohasset man is standing trial for murder in the death and dismemberment of his wife. He pleaded guilty on Tuesday to disposing of her body and misleading police, but not the charge of killing her. A Brockton man has been sentenced to a minimum of 15 years in state prison after being convicted of raping a child. Earlier this month, 23-year-old Tom Butler was found guilty of several counts of child rape and 9 counts of indecent assault and battery on a child under 14 following a Brockton Superior Court jury trial. And recounts are taking place in Brockton tomorrow. WATD's Dan McCready reports.
Outgoing Mayor Robert Sullivan tells WATD News this will involve races for a wide array of elected offices.
The process of a recount, it's allowable, of course, and candidates can choose. And, you know, from my perspective, I have full faith and confidence in the Elections Commission that we have here in the city of Brockton. I know they're going to be doing recounts for the mayor's race, for councilor at large, and for some specific city council races as well as school committees. So, again, the results are going to be determined. Many, many years ago, in 2008, I was a candidate for state rep. I did a recount. I originally lost by 14 votes, and then I lost by 13, so I picked up 1. So, again, the process is not unique, and again, I wish everybody well, and whatever the results are the results, and the city will continue to be the city of champions together.
Sullivan says the event will be open to the public.
It is open up to the public. The candidates, as prescribed, have to bring their own counting folks. The commissioners will be there. Cindy Hogan, who is our commissioner's director, the elections director, will be there. We'll have Brockton Police there, just out of abundance of caution, because, again, it is unique to have the Shaw Center open on a Saturday, but there's plenty of parking, there's bathroom facilities, there's tables. So, again, the recount process is going to go smooth, and I don't expect any issues.
The recount will begin at 9 a.m. at the Shaw Center and will be for races for mayor, city council at large, city council wards 1, 3, and 5, and School Committee Ward 3. Our entire interview with Brockton Mayor Robert Sullivan can be found on our website, 959watd.com. Dan McCready, WATD News.
And the Plymouth Thanksgiving Parade is tomorrow. We'll check the weather for that event and more. Brought to you by Rand Handy Oil of Marshfield, where your comfort is always their concern.
Warm, safe, and comfortable. That's the feeling you get when you've got Rand Handy Oil of Marshfield on your side. Whatever you're looking for in a local home heating oil company, you'll find it at Rand Handy. A new furnace installation or maintenance, dependable delivery, or that emergency call on a cold night is all part of what they do.
This is Kyle Rand of Rand Handy Oil, and when we say your comfort is our concern, we really mean it. For over 4 generations, we've been making sure that we stand by those words with the kind of service that backs it up. Call us and let Rand Handy Oil be your home comfort company.
Rand Handy Oil, Webster Street, Marshfield. Call them at 781-834-8831. That's 781-834-8831. Or check their website at randhandy.com.
Now, WATD traffic and weather on the 9s.
7:39, tough ride on 93 as you make your way out of Braintree to a crash. We were told the 2 center lanes are knocked down 93 southbound just before Route 24 in Randolph. So it is backed all the way to the split. Braintree to Randolph, not good. Taking a look at Route 3, a good ride there. Plymouth up to Braintree, southbound, a little bit of a solar glare approaching Derby Street in Hingham. Not too bad at the Sagamore. Some company getting on Cape and the Bourne. 24, some reduced speeds as you make your way up coming up out of Avon up towards 139. The expressway is slow east Milton up to Andrews Square, and a crash being reported on the Cape now, 6 east before 124 in Harwich. This report is sponsored by George Washington Toma. George Washington Toma is thanking its customers this holiday season with a Black November sale running all month. Deals on all TVs and major appliances. Pick out a gift for someone you love or make your own house a little bit merrier this holiday season. Visit George Washington Toma in Weymouth or Brockton or online, gwtoma.com. George Washington Toma, where there's always a Toma to talk to. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now, South Shore weather.
At the Blue Hill Observatory, up at over 600 feet, 36 degrees, a dew point 33, a light breeze from the southwest now at 8 miles an hour, the barometer 30.12 inches and falling. The low spots are colder, and especially first thing this morning around Plymouth, Carver, some parts of Metro West as well, reporting patches of fog with the surface temperature near 30 or 32, and that can cause some icy spots briefly early. The fog will thin out. We'll see some sunny breaks in the clouds. It'll become a little more breezy and balmy near 50 later today. Tonight, the next system approaching from the west, and that'll track off to our south. Be a bit of rain around late, a low of 38. First thing tomorrow, the Thanksgiving parade in Plymouth kicks off. Again, we'll be on the northern edge of a bit of rain as it moves away, and then we'll see the sun break through the clouds, becoming blustery, a high of 48. Sunday, sunshine with a few clouds. Monday, some sun, the highs near 45. Dry early next week, and then a bit of rain ahead of Thanksgiving Day. Next weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
32 degrees in Marshfield with sunny skies at the weather station WATD. I'm Lori Kirby at 742. The South Shore's Morning News continues now with Rob Hakala on 95.9 WATD.
And good morning. We continue on the South Shore's Morning News on 95.9 FM WATD. I'm Rob Hakala. So great to have you here this morning, and it is a treat to have award-winning global #1 best-selling author, one of the great storytellers on the line with us. David Baldacci is with us to talk about his new book, Nash Falls. It is a thriller. And David, good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Great to be here. Thank you.
Great to have you on the program here. So give us a little sense of the newest adventure here, Nash Falls. Give everyone a preview.
So Walter Nash is unlike any of my other characters. He's not in the Army, the military. He's not a detective. He has no special skills. He's a businessman. He's achieved the American dream. He's worked hard for a long time, made money, lives in a beautiful house with his wife and his daughter. The only black mark in his life is his father and he were estranged for most of his life. And his father died at the beginning of the novel, and he attends the funeral. And one of Walter Nash's father's friends from Vietnam gets up and during the eulogy just trashes Nash in front of everyone.
Oh my.
And Nash goes home, and he's kind of rocked by that. It's close to midnight. He's out in his backyard trying to process all of this stuff. And out of nowhere, this FBI agent shows up and gives Nash an ultimatum. He said, look, the company you've been working for all these years, they're actually tied to a criminal organization. You can do one of two things. You can work for us to bring them down, and if you do, everything you have, your house, your career, it's gone. Or you don't work with us and you're going to go to prison. So either decision he makes is going to be the end of Walter Nash. So I've taken this, American dream life and I've totally trashed it.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, imagine anybody to be in that position. What do you do? How does he process it?
Well, in the fact that they didn't give him any skills really to deal with this, now he's thrust into this world of violence and crime and money laundering and all these people that he had no idea how to handle. What does he do? He has to totally reinvent himself. And when the other side figures out what he's doing, they take away something from him that he cherished above all other things. And Walter Nash has to disappear forever. And in his stead, another person, Walter Nash 2.0, steps forward to carry the mantle forward. And it's kind of like a little bit of a metaphor in life, where we're asked to reinvent ourselves so many different ways over the course of our lifetime these days. My father's generation, he worked for one company his whole life. My kids are in their 20s and 30s. they may have 7 or 8 different jobs or even that number of careers because technology will make obsolete what they do, and they have to reinvent themselves over and over again. And that's challenging and difficult. So I thought Nash Falls and his story was sort of a way to symbolize what's happening around us.
Yeah. No, that is true. It is fascinating to think about. You're right. The way that people remember, just everybody had everything kind of in that one box. You know, you go and at the end of your career, you take that box and you go. And now, you know, people have to change and reinvent themselves so often. Sometimes that can be very difficult and stressful, right?
It really can be. And, you know, it's almost taking the human element out of humanity, where we're not any more competing against other people. We're competing against software platforms that will always be able to think faster than us and know more than we do. And I was down testifying before the Senate Judiciary Committee in July in D.C. About, you know, AI took all of my books for their large language models, and I've been in a class action lawsuit with these guys for a couple of years now. But their goal is to, you know, have software platforms do a lot of what human beings do. And I'm not really sure what our role is going to be going forward, quite frankly. And I don't think the tech guys have even thought about that.
No, I know. I feel like that's definitely out of the bottle. I'm sure you agree, David. We know that in the radio and communication industry as well. I don't think it's if, but when. But at the end of the day, and I say this on the show to everyone listening, I say, if it's going to be an AI talking to you, at the end of the day, what are we doing here if it's not humans creating joy for other humans? I know.
It's totally the wrong tack to take. And having millions of people standing on the street corner with no purpose in life, I don't see any good coming out of that, quite frankly.
Yeah.
But again, they're just moving forward with that, just with such speed. I don't think any of them have thought through the consequences.
No, it'll be faster than they can think of. Walter Nash, he's kind of the new hero, and I like that you talked about he's kind of different than your other main characters that you've written before. So what was kind of the inspiration for Walter Nash?
Every once in a while I get an itch to create a new series. And I've written so many books that really my goal is to take myself out of my comfort zone, make sure I don't grow complacent, make sure I don't drop into this sort of formula writing. And the way to do that is to create characters you haven't created before. So Walter Nash was brand new to me, and I had to spend a lot of time putting him together in ways that I haven't put my other characters together. So that kept it fresh and scary because, I'm like, can I really pull this off? I haven't done this before, but I've always found that fear is a great antidote to complacency. Yeah. And it was just a thrill putting him together, and then the antagonist that he faces in this novel and this second novel. This is a two-book series. The next one comes out in April. It's called Hope Rises, and you get the first 2 chapters of that book in the back of Nash Falls. And I just had a hell of a lot of fun putting this together and thinking it through and creating the characters. It was that's my sweet spot, just creating stories.
Give us a sense about the international criminal mastermind. Give us a sense of Victoria Steers.
Victoria Steers confounded me. I thought I was going to have a sort of a normal arc for her, but she's the reason this is a 2-book series, because her character got so complicated and went to places I didn't even know she was going to go to, that I needed a full book, extra book, just to tell her story. So in Hope Rises, she and Nash dominate, and they are well matched. And I take them both to places I've never taken a pair of characters to before. And it was scary at times, but it was also really exhilarating because it was absolutely fresh.
David Baldacci's been with us today, #1 New York Times bestselling author. The name of the new book, Nash Falls, a thriller. It's available in stores and online, davidbaldacci.com. You can check out his foundation at wishyouwellfoundation.org. And David, it's been good to have you on WATD this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you. I enjoyed it.
All right. A lot of fun there with David Baldacci and Lori. What do you say we give away a copy of the brand new book here that we're holding up for our YouTube watchers? David Baldacci, Nash Falls. What do you say we give it away, Lori?
I think that's a great gift for oneself or somebody under the tree. What do you think? You want me to pick a caller number?
Yeah, between 2 and 8. What do you like?
Lucky 7.
Caller 7 right now. Give us a call, 781-837-4900. Caller 781-837-4900 is the phone line. Call in now, and caller 7 gets a copy of the new thriller. You'll get that brand new in hardcover. So good luck. It is traffic and weather now. 749 WATD's traffic and weather. On the 9s, Route 3 northbound looks good. Southbound a little slow near Derby. 93 is jammed out of Braintree to a crash in the two middle lanes, 93 south before Route 24 in Randolph. We had a crash on Route 6 East before 124 in Harwich, and the expressway is slow from East Milton up towards Columbia Road. Southbound is slow, Columbia to Freeport. South Shore weather, let's get the details now. Sponsored by Koopman Lumber. Check out the new Koopman Lumber, 181 Mattakesett Street in Pembroke. Koopman Lumber. Here's Chief Meteorologist Rob Gilman.
Rather frosty once again, especially around Plymouth, Carver. Can be some icy spots even on the roadways with patches of fog. Boston above freezing and all of our coastal points this morning. We'll see a little sun mixed with clouds. They'll become breezy later in the day with the temperature heading for 50 degrees. Rather balmy. Tonight, a system approaching from the west, and that will bring a shower, a bit of rain approaching from the south, low 38. Thanksgiving parade in Plymouth tomorrow morning kicks off, and we'll be right on the northern edge of that rain as it moves away. Sunshine will start to break through, brisk highs near 48. Sunday, sunshine with a few clouds into Monday in the mid-40s. Next weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
Koopman Lumber has just opened their new showroom on Route 14 in Pembroke, and they can't wait to show you around. Step into their brand new window and door and kitchen and bath showrooms, packed with fresh displays and endless design inspiration for your next project. When it comes to choosing a durable, long-lasting entrance, why settle for a door system assembled with parts from multiple sources? ThermaTru manufactures or specifies every component, door, glass, hinges, and more, for lasting performance, and backs it with a comprehensive lifetime limited warranty. See the innovation at Koopman Lumber in Pembroke, home to Southern Massachusetts' only four-sided Veris display featuring siding, bifold, swing, and pivot patio doors. It's no wonder ThermaTru is the entry door brand building professionals choose most. Explore designs to suit any style and discover the ThermaTru difference at Koopman Lumber today. Koopman Lumber, your local partner for projects big and small. Stop by today and see what's new on Route 14 in Pembroke. Online at KoopmanLumber.com. That's Koopman with a K, lumber.com.
And congratulations is going out to caller number 7. And this morning, that is Sue from Duxbury. Sue from Duxbury, congratulations. You win yourself a copy of David Baldacci's newest book. It's a thriller called Nash Falls. And congratulations to Sue from Duxbury. Thank you so much for listening. David Baldacci is the name of the author, and she is happy. Her husband apparently is a big fan of the books, and he has read a lot of his works. And now she is going to win a book for him.
Oh, good. So she got it for her husband.
Yes. So isn't that nice?
Yeah. So I was excited about this book because Travis Devine, I have a mad literary crush on his former Army Ranger character. So it's going to be very interesting to see this new Nash character.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Pick it up. Nash Falls. Nash Falls is the name of the book. Congratulations, Sue from Duxbury. And it's time now for WATD Sports, sponsored by Bonji's. Bonji's Turkey Roost. Don't come up short on dinner. No, don't do that. Pick up your fresh, delicious dinner at Bonji's in Duxbury. Don't come up short on dinner. That's not a good thing to do. What?
I never come up short on dinner.
Don't come short on dinner. Bonji's in Duxbury. Lots of good stuff. All right, well, it was a quiet night. The Celtics and the Bruins are both off. They're both in action tonight. The Bruins continue their road trip. The Bruins will be in L.A. They're going to take on the Kings at 10:30. The Celtics will host the Brooklyn Nets tonight at 7:30. Patriots will be taking on the Bengals in Cincinnati. Your Patriots have won 8 straight. They are 9-2. The Bengals host the Patriots Sunday at 1. We'll see if Joe Burrow returns for the Bengals. Thursday night football, the Houston Texans beating the Buffalo Bills 23-19. High school playoff football tonight on WATD at 7. Situate and Duxbury are going to meet. They're going to meet on neutral field Hingham. And this, by the way, for these towns will be the third straight season with hardware on the line. Tonight's winner will secure their spot in the Division 4 Super Bowl. And you can hear all the action tonight from Hingham, Scituate versus Duxbury, 7 o'clock on WATD and streaming on the app and your smart speaker. By the way, Rockland boys soccer is playing in the Division 4 state championship later today. We're hearing Rockfield is facing Bromfield School, and they'll play at 4:45 at Doyle Field in Leominster. And that is our update on sports on WATD, sponsored by Bonji's.
Thanksgiving is a time for tradition, and few traditions have endured like Bonji's, plating perfect Thanksgiving meals for families all across the South Shore. For over 75 years, Bonji's has served the finest quality turkeys, along with the freshest homemade sides. When you bring Bonji's to the Thanksgiving table, you know you're bringing the best. Every turkey Bonji's sends out the door has been naturally raised. No steroids, no artificial preservatives, no additives, phosphates, or salt. Bonji's is taking orders every day to prepare a piping hot, right out of the oven turkey, just waiting for you. You can also order prepared meals that you can heat up yourself with Bonji's famous sides: gravy, mashed potatoes, butternut squash, cranberry relish, and dinner rolls. Bonji's will cover your meal right down to dessert. Choose from their delicious selection of pies: apple, blueberry, pecan, apple cranberry, fruit of the forest, Boston cream, pumpkin, or lemon meringue. Savor the taste of tradition this Thanksgiving. Visit Bonji's, Route 53 in Duxbury, and online at bongis.com.
Plymouth Memorial Hall is your home for year-round entertainment on the South Shore.
The stars are brightly shining.
Coming soon, The Irish Tenors, A Family Christmas, on November 30th, featuring Anthony Kearns, Ronan Tynan, and Patrick Hyland. Then, on December 3rd, Big Bad Voodoo Daddy brings their wild and swingin' holiday party to Plymouth.
Out of all the reindeer, you know you're the mastermind.
And finally, on December 4th, the Vienna Boys Choir celebrate the holiday season with Christmas in Vienna. Tickets for the Irish Tenors, Big Bad Voodoo Daddy, the Vienna Boys Choir, and many more shows are on sale now at memorialhall.com.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 in monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at tmobile.com.
The South Shore's Morning News. Hear it live. Stream it online. Watch the show. Or catch the podcast anytime at 959watd.com.
All right, and the time now is 7:59, and let's see. We got the top stories of the morning on the way at 8 o'clock from CBS News. Right at the top of the hour, the stories: President Trump calling a video by Democratic lawmakers encouraging the military to ignore illegal orders. President calling that seditious behavior, punishable by death. We'll get more on that coming up. CBS News at the top of the hour. Lori Kirby with the local news at 8:03. It is 7:59. WATD's traffic and weather in the 9s. And the ride on Route 3 northbound looks good. Southbound a little slow near Union Street. And then it looks like a pretty slow pocket getting to the lane drop near Derby Street in Hingham. Not too bad at this Sagamore. A little bit of company getting on Cape and the Bourne. 93 is tough out of Braintree to an earlier crash. We had 93 south near Route 24 in Randolph.
And the ride on 24, we're getting reports of a crash 24 north at 44. Expressway delays started East Milton. A blend of clouds and sun, the high 50, 32 now at 8.
This is the South Shore's radio station, WATD FM Marshfield.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by T-Mobile Business Advantage.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. A video from 6 Democratic lawmakers to members of the military is stirring up political waters.
No one has to carry out orders that violate the law.
Don't give up. Don't give up.
Don't give up. Don't give up the ship.
President Trump has accused those lawmakers of sedition, a crime he says is, quote, punishable by death. Correspondent Ed O'Keefe is at the White House.
Senator Alyssa Slotkin of Michigan said she received hundreds of threats.
I'm not going to shut up because Donald Trump is threatening me.
While the president posted several times about arresting and trying lawmakers for seditious acts, the White House later clarified he doesn't want to execute members of Congress.
Those Democratic lawmakers say they are beefing up their security. President Trump is scheduled to meet with New York City's incoming Democratic Socialist mayor today. Zohran Mamdani says he has a lot to talk about.
That's an opportunity I have to make the case to President Trump, to the White House, as to what it means to have to suffer through this affordability crisis.
The White House spokeswoman calls Mamdani a communist. The Coast Guard is again classifying swastikas and nooses as hate symbols.
That was the agency's stand for years until last week when it issued a policy document calling those symbols potentially divisive. Yesterday, the Washington Post reported the change. Hours later, the Coast Guard issued a new memorandum that again calls swastikas, nooses, and flags adopted by hate-based groups as prohibited hate symbols. The Coast Guard says those symbols undermine unit cohesion. One Coast Guard official told the Post the agency doesn't deserve the trust of the nation if it's unclear about the divisiveness of swastikas. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
A powerful storm that dumped heavy rain is stirring up painful memories in Texas Hill Country. Road closures and flash flood warnings in Menard are a stark reminder of the deadly flooding that killed 27 children and counselors at Camp Mystic in July. County Commissioner Tyler Wright.
We've got Christmas decorations set up. That stuff is in the heart of the floodway, and that stuff's going to, it's going to be gone more than likely.
Water levels there have begun to drop. Researchers say many cases of lung cancer are being missed under current screening guidelines. CBS's Michael George has more.
A study from Northwestern Medicine found that the U.S. Preventive Services Task Force guidelines exclude 2/3 of patients, especially women and people who have never smoked. Researchers suggest new guidelines that expand screening for people aged 40 to 85.
Dow futures are up 313. S&P futures ahead 33. NAS futures up 103. This is CBS News.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. Right now, you can save big with T-Mobile's phone and home internet bundle. Visit your local store to learn more.
News, weather,
traffic. 95.9 WATD.
959WATD.com.
Sunny, cold, 33 degrees around the South Shore at 8:03. Headed for a high today of 50 with sun and clouds, rain moving in tonight, and some showers early tomorrow morning. Rob Gilman with the weekend weather coming up. I'm Laurie Kirby, WATD News. The news is brought to you in part by East Coast Mini Splits and Heat Pumps. Get your no-cost energy audit online by visiting eastcoastminisplitsandheatpumps.com and start cutting your energy bills today. Karen Reed, who was found not guilty of charges in her criminal trial connected to the death of her boyfriend, Boston police officer John O'Keefe, is due back in court today in Plymouth County in a wrongful death lawsuit. It was filed against her by the O'Keefe family. Today's court appearance is for a status conference. Meanwhile, Reed has filed a lawsuit accusing members of the Massachusetts State Police and several others of targeting her and failing to investigate the real killers. A jury of 9 women and 7 men have now been selected for the Brian Walsh murder trial after the final jurors were selected yesterday. Judge Diane Fournier said jurors must remain objective.
Commit yourselves to deciding this case based only on the evidence you hear or see in this courtroom, and not on anything else, such as your own personal experiences or the experiences of someone close to you that you may know about. It's also very important that those of you who serve on this jury not allow the nature of the allegations in this case to make you lose sight of the question that the jury must decide, which is whether the Commonwealth has or has not proven beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendant committed the crime charged in this case.
The Cohasset man is standing trial for murder and the death and dismemberment of his wife. He pleaded guilty Tuesday to disposing of her body and misleading police. However, he did not admit to killing his wife, Anna Walsh. That trial is scheduled to start December 1st and could take up to a month to complete. Recounts will be taking place in Brockton tomorrow following the recent elections in that city. The recount begins at 9 a.m. at the Shaw Center, and there are races for mayor, city councilor at large, city council wards 1, 3, and 5, and school committee ward 3. A Plymouth man. A Plymouth man has died after a collision on Main Street in Kingston, and we'll have more details on that developing story right after this.
This winter, when the temperatures plummet and your heating system croaks, East Coast Mini Splits to the rescue.
I'm Pete the Heat, and I bring the warmth.
I'm Captain Cool Breeze, and I bring the chill.
Together, they're the heating and cooling heroes, blasting in with mini splits and heat pumps that save money, energy, and marriages.
One call will do it all.
We're putting smiles on faces by creating cozy spaces.
East Coast Mini Splits, your local authorized Mitsubishi electric heating and air conditioning contractor. Schedule your free consultation today at eastcoastminisplits.com.
8:06, a Plymouth man is dead after a collision on Main Street in Kingston last night around 6 o'clock. It closed that roadway down for hours. Police have not released his identity, but they say the 38-year-old was riding a motorcycle that did collide with a pickup truck. Again, no names on either drivers. Kingston police are asking for anybody out there who might be listening right now, if you happen to get any video of that crash on Main Street in Kingston, 6 o'clock last night, please reach out to Kingston Police or the detectives there. No word yet on any charges. That road has since reopened. Today is the last day on the job for laid-off teachers in Whitman-Hanson, and students are wearing custom T-shirts, protesting the layoffs. A stunning $1.4 million budget shortfall was revealed just weeks ago, leading to nearly 24 pink slips out of the blue. We'll have more on that throughout the day. And again, the Thanksgiving Day Parade tomorrow in Plymouth. And we heard a little bit from Ollie DiMacedo, the parade's executive director, about what we can expect.
I think for me, it's the most important holiday of the season because it's about our families. People come together just to be with their families again. So we just really love to kick it off. And kicking it off in Plymouth, Mass., where the first Thanksgiving began, is even more special. And we have a lot of surprises this year, a lot of good things to see. It's a real family event driven by just telling the history of the American story, the American pilgrimage, as I would call it. We have a lot of tremendous floats, bands, groups from all over the country. It's just a great take, and it's free. Just come and enjoy. Just line the streets of Plymouth and have a great time.
The Thanksgiving Parade starts at 10 o'clock in front of Plymouth Rock on Water Street. It goes to Main Street and then Court Street in Plymouth. And what about the forecast? Will it rain on the parade? You'll find out coming up. Brought to you by Cross Insurance for all your home, auto, and business insurance needs. Contact Cross Insurance on Ocean Street in Marshfield.
Hi, I'm Carol from Cross Insurance with local offices in Braintree and Marshfield. We believe that everyone, especially homeowners, should consider purchasing a pup. I'm not talking about an adorable family pet, although those are great too. I'm talking about a personal umbrella policy. A personal umbrella policy provides an additional layer of liability protection above the limits of your existing home and auto insurance. Accidents happen every day and can get expensive if you're held responsible. What if a neighbor's child falls while playing in your yard? Or your inexperienced teen driver injures someone? Umbrella insurance can help, and it typically extends to cover every household member, so you only need one umbrella to protect your entire family. Call Cross Insurance at 781-848-8600 to discuss adding a personal umbrella policy or PUP to your existing coverage today. That's Cross Insurance at 781-848-8600.
Now, WATD traffic and weather on the 9s.
Good morning. The time now is 8:09, and we are looking at delays on Route 3 on the northbound side. We've got some delays up by the Bergen Parkway. Southbound looks slow through Braintree getting down towards Union Street, and then another delay near the Derby Street lane drop in Hingham. Not bad at the Sagamore, not too bad at the Bourne. 93 southbound is easing out through Randolph from earlier problems. Looks better now. 24 has some pockets coming up out of Brockton. Again, as you make your way up through Avon and Stoughton. And the expressway, we're looking at delays starting around East Milton Square up towards Southampton Street. The drive time, as you make your way into the city, about 25 minutes, Braintree to Boston. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now the updated South Shore weather.
Rather frosty once again, especially around Plymouth, Carver. Can be some icy spots even on the roadways with patches of fog. Boston above freezing, and all of our coastal points this morning. We'll see a little sun mixed with clouds. They'll become breezy later in the day with the temperature heading for 50 degrees. Rather balmy. Tonight, the system approaching from the west, and that will bring a shower, a bit of rain approaching from the south, low 38. Thanksgiving parade in Plymouth tomorrow morning kicks off, and we'll be right on the northern edge of that rain as it moves away. Sunshine will start to break through, brisk highs near 48. Sunday, sunshine with a few clouds into Monday in the mid-40s. Next weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
Clear skies, 34 degrees in Marshfield at the weather station WATD. I'm Lori Kirby at 8:12. The South Shore's Morning News continues now with Rob Hakala on 95.9 WATD.
Lori, thanks so much. 8 o'clock hour of the South Shore's Morning News on a Friday. Thanks for listening to us on the radio. Thanks for watching us on YouTube, WATD Radio on YouTube, and you can also text into the show. All texters are welcome. 781-837-4900, 781-837-4900. It's the text line sponsored by Auto Shine Auto Body in Abington and Braintree. If you want to connect into the show, 781-837-4900. We got some good texters sending in some messages on the Plymouth Parade, America's hometown Thanksgiving celebration. Also, JT in Rockland is excited about Rockland boys, their soccer, their playoff game is today. So thank you. We'll get to those texts coming up in a bit. All right, so fallout today after President Donald Trump threatened several Democratic lawmakers with arrest and even death after they posted a video. All right, so let's listen to the video here. See what they're saying anyway. Okay, play the video for me. I want to hear it.
I'm Senator Alyssa Slotkin.
Senator Mark Kelly.
Representative Chris DeLuzio.
Congresswoman Maggie Goodlander.
Representative Chrissy Houlihan.
Congressman Jason Crow.
I was a captain in the United States Navy.
Former CIA officer.
Former Navy.
Former paratrooper and Army Ranger.
Former intelligence officer.
Former Air Force.
We want to speak directly to members of the military
and the intelligence community
who take risks each day
to keep Americans safe.
We know you are under enormous stress and pressure right now.
Americans trust their military.
But that trust is at risk.
This administration is pitting our uniformed military
and intelligence community professionals
against American citizens.
Like us. You all swore an oath
to protect and defend this Constitution.
And right now, the threats to our Constitution aren't just coming from abroad,
but from right here at home.
Our laws are clear. You can refuse illegal orders.
You can refuse illegal orders.
You must refuse illegal orders.
No one has to carry out orders that violate the law
or our Constitution.
We know this is hard
and that it's a difficult time to be a public servant.
But whether you're serving in the CIA,
the Army,
or Navy,
the Air Force,
your vigilance is critical.
And know that we have your back.
Because now, more than ever,
The American people need you.
We need you to stand up for our laws,
our Constitution,
and who we are as Americans. Don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't give up the ship.
And some patriotic music, it sounds like. Don't give up the ship. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Senator. All right. So it looks like they're putting that message out towards those in the military. It seems clear there. They all have military or intelligence community backgrounds. Someone that doesn't like that is the president. He certainly commented on social media. CBS's Jared Hill has more from New York.
You can refuse illegal orders.
It's a video that sparked new controversy in Washington and threats from the president.
No one has to carry out orders that violate the law.
6 congressional Democrats, all veterans and former national security officials. President Trump on social media accused them of seditious behavior punishable by death and reposted a comment saying they should be hanged before writing, "Lock them up." The Democrats are seeking extra security. Michigan Senator Alyssa Slotkin says she received hundreds of death threats yesterday.
All right, that's Jared Hill. And as Lori Kirby mentioned, one of them is from New England, right? I think up in New Hampshire, you mentioned Congresswoman. Is it Maggie Goodlander? Do I have that correct, Lori? Is it Maggie Goodlander?
It sounded as if she said Goodlander.
Oh, Goodlander. Okay. Well, in any event, her name is Maggie, for the good Congresswoman from New Hampshire. All right, so how about some history? Yeah, you want to do some history, Lori? We love doing we were going to do a little early today because we've got, of course, Julie Costa from Miss Louise Prom Closet coming in at 8:40. Then we got Feel Good Friday. And Quinn, even though he's off today, he's going to be coming in to do his Sports Insider segment or calling in. We'll give him a pass. Either way.
That's not a fun day off.
No, of course it would be. Who wouldn't rather spend, I think most people, 9 out of 10 anyway, would rather spend their day off here. All right, let's see. Let's take a look at some history if we could, please. All right. All right, today is the 21st of November. 1920, Bloody Sunday, the Irish Republican Army killed 14 suspected British intelligence officers in the Dublin area. British forces responded by raiding a soccer match, killing 14 civilians. 1985, U.S. Navy intelligence analyst. There's Navy intelligence officer Jonathan J. Pollard, remember, was arrested and accused of spying for Israel. Later pleaded guilty to espionage, was sentenced to life in prison, but went out, released in 2015, and I think he moved with his then-wife to Israel. 2017, the president of Zimbabwe, and we use the word president in quotes. I think presidents should have term limits, but President Robert Mugabe resigned as the president of Zimbabwe at the age of 93. I think he had been president for long enough. He was facing impeachment proceedings and had been placed under house arrest by the military. His resignation ended a 37-year rule, beginning with Zimbabwe's independence in 1980. This is what always gets me when you have someone, thank goodness we didn't go this way. George Washington said, I don't want to be a king. I'm going to do 2 terms and I'm out of here. And then for a while, until FDR, everybody's like, okay, 2 terms. I'm going to do what Washington did. I'm going to do 2 terms and I'm out of here, even though there wasn't any rule. But in some of these stories, you have somebody that says, oh, we want to, have our independence and, take off the shackles and get rid of our colonial rulers. And so then they say, okay, well, we're going to have democracy, right? Yes, I'll be president for 37 years. Thank you very much. All the elections go my way. Isn't that nice? 93 years old. What did he do to Zimbabwe? Not so good. People were happy when Robert Mugabe, he's dead now, right? 2017, he resigned as president of Zimbabwe. All right, a couple of other interesting things of note, Lori, in television history. It was how long ago? Let's see, 45 years ago. Where were you? 45 years ago, November 21st, 1980, an estimated 83 million television viewers tuned in to the CBS primetime soap opera Dallas to find out who shot JR. Who shot JR? 1980, 83 million people. Can't believe that many people would tune in to watch a TV show now. It's all fractured, ladies and gentlemen. But I don't know if should I give it away. I don't want to be a spoiler here, Lori, but it was 45 years ago. I think you should have seen it. The shooter turned out to be J.R. Ewing's sister-in-law, Kristen Shepard. So there you go. That was 1980. And let's see, we also had a couple more interesting things, Lori. It was the 1620 Plymouth Colony settlers signed the Mayflower Compact. How about that? 1620.
Okay.
1959, a disc jockey named Alan Freed. He popularized the term rock and roll and music of the style. He was fired this day from WABC Radio 77 in New York in 1959, Lori, over allegations he had participated in the Piola scandal. That was where they come by and the guy, with the cigar and the suit says, I'll give you some money if you play this record for me. And then you're the DJ, and that happened. They didn't like that because you could influence sales. And then in some of the other things he also did is what they wanted to do. This is a guy, he also tried to be a co-writer on a song so he could get royalties too. Yeah, I'll put me down as a co-writer on the song. And he didn't really co-write the song, but he was listed as a writer on the record for a while. They had to fight to get him off there so that he could get royalties. And then if you're a DJ, of course, you can play it even more and influence it so it ends up helping yourself out, right? So, I mean, he's a guy, he's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1986. I mean, he did great things, but it was kind of like a guy that, had a fall, you know what I mean? Like, he broke down racial barriers, U.S. pop culture, makes rock and roll very popular, plays a lot of different artists, promotes a lot of different artists, even some black artists at the time that weren't getting played because of racism in the United States. So he does this all. However, he ends up scandalized, and he can't get a good job again, Lori.
Well, if only radio paid more.
Wow, he wouldn't have to take those bribes. Anyway, he recognized later on in his career he wouldn't work in a major market again, and so he began to drink heavily, and he ended up dying at the age of 43 from cirrhosis brought on by lots of alcohol.
You hear this again and again.
Yeah.
When a man loses his career.
He took to drinking. It's a downfall.
I was telling my mother.
And by the way, too, also prior to him dying, the IRS also said he owed $38,000 for tax evasion. So he was not doing very well.
No.
During those
bad choices.
Later
bad
years.
Choices.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And his body was cremated. By the way, his daughter-in-law did bring his ashes to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2002.
Oh, that's nice.
There you go.
Okay.
We'll leave you a little happy note there. His ashes made it. All right, there you go. There's some history. Right now, let's get a check of traffic and weather. And the expressway northbound slow, East Milton up towards Southampton Street, 27 minutes and end. We had reports of delay on Route 3 on the southbound side, but actually it looks like both sides now. I'm not seeing any major slowdowns. It looks better to me. 24 easing out. We had a pocket near 139. 93, some pockets out of Braintree getting by Route 28 in Randolph. South Shore weather forecast. Let's get the details for you now. Chief Meteorologist Rob Gilman, sponsored by Mutual of Omaha, your local reverse mortgage specialist. Contact David Tortolot today, 617-797-3277. He loves talking about reverse mortgages. He will help you out.
Rather frosty once again, especially around Plymouth, Carver. Can be some icy spots even on the roadways with patches of fog. Boston above freezing, and all of our coastal points this morning. We'll see a little sun mixed with clouds. It'll become breezy later in the day with the temperature heading for 50 degrees. Rather balmy. Tonight, a system approaching from the west, and that will bring a shower, a bit of rain approaching from the south, the low 38. Thanksgiving parade in Plymouth tomorrow morning kicks off, and we'll be right on the northern edge of that rain as it moves away. Sunshine will start to break through, brisk, highs near 48. Sunday, sunshine with a few clouds into Monday in the mid-40s. Next weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
Thanks, Rob. And right now, outside our studio, 35. Sports next. I'm talking to David Tortolot, a local certified reverse mortgage professional with Mutual of Omaha Reverse Mortgage. David, I've heard you say that the growth feature on a reverse mortgage line of credit is considered to be the secret sauce that makes this unique home mortgage so special. Can you explain that?
Sure, Rob. The most popular way to set up a reverse mortgage is to set it all up as a reverse equity line of credit. This is the part that I refer to as the secret sauce. So, let me explain. While the unborrowed line of credit sits in the home, the amount of that line of credit actually grows because the borrower's age increases after the reverse mortgage is in place. It's sort of a protection or hedge on a portion of the home's equity that continues to grow over time, even if the home value goes down after the reverse mortgage is in place.
Call 617-797-3277. NMLS number 46902. Lender NMLS number 1025894. Equal housing lender. WATD Sports is sponsored this time around by Cabillions. It's time to get those Cabillions gift certificates for a stocking stuffer, holiday gift. Cabillions is in Pembroke. They're at 104 Mattakesett Street in Pembroke. Give a little shout out there, and when you go there, just, I don't know, if you want, yell as soon as you go in there. It's fun to do. They like it. Just go into the waiting area and say, "Thanks a million, Mr. Cabillion." It'll be good. Trust me. All right. So the Red Sox. Oh, the Red Sox. What are we talking about? Oh, yes. Okay. There was a deal. I guess there is some Red Sox news. Catcher Connor Wong and the Red Sox have agreed to a one-year deal, $1.3 million. And the 29-year-old has made occasional appearances at first, second, third, and in the outfield. Now, Bruins and Celtics in action tonight. The Celtics will host the Brooklyn Nets. NBA Cup action at 7:30. The Bruins continue their road trip tonight in L.A. They'll take on the Kings at 10:30. Patriots will be in Cincinnati to take on the Bengals Sunday at 1. Patriots have won 8 straight. They're 9-2. Thursday night football, the Texans beat the Buffalo Bills 23-19. High school sports, we've got Rockland taking on Bromfield School in boys playoff soccer, the Division IV state championship at Doyle Field in Leominster at 4:45. We also have football. Brendan Connolly.
That's right, guys. We've reached the semifinals for football in Massachusetts, and we have a good one for you Friday night. This week, we're headed to Hingham High School for a Division IV semifinal. Once again, Scituate will face off with Duxbury in the state playoffs. Pre-game coverage begins at 6:45 with kickoff to follow at 7 o'clock. As always, you can hear it all right here on 95.9 WATD. Brendan Connolly, WATD Sports.
I'm Paul Cabillion from Cabillion's Car Care. The other day I was wandering around the mall, completely lost about what gifts to get people. Will they use this present? Will they return that one? Suddenly I heard a voice exclaim to me,
"Paul, you've had the perfect gift all along."
You mean the spirit of Christmas? Deep in my heart?
Well, that too. But I'm talking about gift cards to Cabillion's Car Care, Paul. Not everyone will treasure those sweaters you were looking at, but people need to take care of their vehicle.
Santa was right. Gift cards from Cabillion's Car Care can be used to purchase anything from an oil change to a brake job or new tires, and we always offer competitive prices. Through Christmas Eve, Cabillion's Car Care is offering a holiday gift card special. For every $50 gift card you purchase, get a $10 gift card for yourself.
Stop by today to pick out your gift card.
Or schedule an appointment. Call 781-834-6558.
WATD time is 8:28. Coming up, we'll get a check of traffic and weather on the 9, sponsored by Cape Cod 5, passionate about supporting the financial wellness of individuals, families, and businesses across southeastern Massachusetts. Visit their new location on Commerce Way in Plymouth today, Cape Cod 5.
At Cape Cod 5, we're proud to take an active role in helping to create strong and vibrant communities throughout our region. From volunteering to providing financial education to sponsoring local events and organizations, giving back is a part of who we are. In fact, Cape Cod 5 gives over $1.5 million annually to community organizations, making a meaningful difference in the lives of those on Cape Cod, on the islands, and in southeastern Mass. Find out more at capecod5.com, member FDIC.
All right, coming up, 8:30 news. We're going to check in with Lori Kirby. And coming up next half hour, Julie Costa, Miss Louise from Closet. She'll be joining us after the 8:30 news. Right now, 8:29, WATD traffic and weather in the 9s. And the ride on the expressway northbound is heavy East Milton up towards Southampton Street. It's about 25 minutes, Braintree to Boston. Southbound is slow in spots, 17 minutes from Boston down to Braintree. Route 3, not seeing any big delays. Get a nice ride from Plymouth, driving on up into Braintree. Looks good. No big backups at the Cape Bridges. 24, 128, 44, all looking at moderate volume. Things do seem to be easing out there. South Shore weather forecast for today. We are going to have a blend of clouds and sunshine. The high today up about 50. Tonight, thickening clouds, a stray rain shower after midnight, a low down to 38. Right now, 35 degrees in Marshfield. Good morning. It's 8:30.
The South Shore's Morning News on 95.9 FM WATD.
35 degrees under sunny skies across the South Shore at 8:30 this Friday morning. Good morning. I'm Lori Kirby, WATD News. The news is brought to you by AutoShine Auto Body. With decades of experience, AutoShine Auto Body is a gold certified auto body shop. You bend it, they mend it. In Abington and Braintree and online at AutoShineAutobody.com. President Donald Trump is accusing 6 Democratic members of Congress, including New Hampshire Congresswoman Maggie Goodlander, of seditious behavior punishable by death. The president referred to the half-dozen Democrats as traitors after they appeared in a video this week, encouraging members of the military and intelligence communities to refuse unlawful orders. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt clarified yesterday President Trump does not, in fact, want members of Congress put to death. And today is the final day on the job for laid-off teachers in Whitman-Hanson. Students plan to wear custom T-shirts to protest the layoffs. A stunning $1.4 million budget shortfall was only revealed weeks ago, leading to nearly 24 pink slips out of the blue. We'll have more on this developing story throughout the day. And the family of enslaved potter David Drake, known as Dave the Potter, has reclaimed 2 rare stoneware jars. He created them in South Carolina before the Civil War in what experts call the first major U.S. art restitution case involving works made by an enslaved person. WATD's Christine James reports.
The Museum of Fine Arts in Boston returned the jars under an agreement finalized this month. The family has sold one back so it can remain on public view. The vessels are among hundreds of surviving works by Dave the Potter, an enslaved man who labored in the alkaline glazed stoneware potteries of Edgefield, South Carolina, in the decades before and during the Civil War. Dave signed many of his jars and inscribed some with rhyming couplets, an extraordinary and unparalleled assertion of identity and authorship during a time when literacy for enslaved people was criminalized. For Drake's descendants, the return offers both pride and grief as they reconnect with an ancestor. Christine James, WATD News.
Much more news right after this.
Oh no, someone ran a shopping cart into my car when I left it unattended.
AutoShine Auto Body. You bend it, they mend it.
My kid didn't see that giant telephone pole when he opened the door. Now look at it. How splendid.
AutoShine Auto Body. You bend it, they mend it.
The chucklehead behind me was texting and driving, and now I'm rear-ended.
AutoShine Auto Body. You bend it, they mend it.
I don't even know how this happened, but look, my bumper's dented.
AutoShine Auto Body. You bend it, they mend it.
Your buddy just had a great experience fixing his car. Who was that he recommended?
AutoShine Auto Body. You bend it, they mend it. For over 20 years, AutoShine Auto Body has been providing friendly, fast, professional, and affordable services you can count on. AutoShine Auto Body is a gold-certified auto body shop with locations in Abington and Braintree. Whether you're using your insurance company or paying out of pocket, AutoShine Auto Body will work with you. Find them online at AutoShineAutoBody.com. AutoShine Auto Body. You bend it, they mend it.
8:33 arraignment today from Matthew Farwell, a former Stoughton police officer who earlier pleaded not guilty to killing a 23-year-old woman he's accused of sexually exploiting when she was underage. He's now facing a new charge of causing the death of her unborn son. Former U.S. Attorney Josh Levy detailing the charges at a 2024 news conference.
At the time of her death, Sandra Birchmore was a 23-year-old woman with her entire life ahead of her, and she was pregnant with her first child. We allege that Sandra Birchmore survived years of grooming, statutory rape, and then sexual violence, all at the hands of Matthew Farwell, who was employed throughout their relationship as an officer and then detective for the Stoughton Police Department.
A Plymouth man is dead after a collision on Main Street in Kingston last night that closed the roadway for hours. Police are asking anybody who may have witnessed that crash or gotten a video of it to please reach out to Kingston Police. The 38-year-old motorcyclist has not been identified. The annual America's Hometown Thanksgiving Parade steps off tomorrow morning at 10 in Plymouth. Parade Executive Director Ollie DiMacedo weighs in.
I think for me, it's the most important holiday of the season because it's about our families. People come together just to be with their families again, so we just really love to kick it off. And kicking it off in Plymouth, Mass., where the first Thanksgiving began, is even more special. And we have a lot of surprises this year, a lot of good things to see. It's a real family event driven by just telling the history of the American story, the American pilgrimage, as I would call it. We have a lot of tremendous floats, bands, groups from all over the country. It's just a great take, and it's free. Just come and enjoy, just line the streets of Plymouth and have a great time.
And in addition to the parade tomorrow, a host of events all weekend long, and it starts tonight.
There's a lot of things to see and do the day of. The whole holiday village is great for families. We have food, of all kinds of food trucks, you name it, beer and wine garden, all kinds of things for every kind of family. So there's concerts, there's Friday night concerts, Saturday night concerts, then there's a harvest market that will happen on Sunday morning through the afternoon. So there's a lot of things to see.
And the Thanksgiving parade kicks off at 10 tomorrow in front of Plymouth Rock. Recounts are taking place in Brockton tomorrow following the recent elections in that city.
The process of a recount, it's allowable, of course, and candidates can choose. And, you know, from my perspective, I have full faith and confidence in the Elections Commission that we have here in the city of Brockton. I know they're going to be doing recounts for the mayor's race, for councilor at large, and for some specific city council races as well as school committees. So, again, the results are going to be determined. Many years ago, in 2008, I was a candidate for state rep. I did a recount. I originally lost by 14 votes, and then I lost by 13, so I picked up one. So, again, the process is not unique, and, again, I wish everybody well, and whatever the results are the results, and the city will continue to be the city of champions together.
But not with Mayor Robert Sullivan, the outgoing mayor, telling WATD News the event is open to the public tomorrow.
It is open up to the public. The candidates, as prescribed, have to bring their own counting folks. The commissioners will be there. Cindy Hogan, who is our commissioner's director, the elections director, will be there. We'll have Brockton Police there, just out of abundance of caution, because, again, it is unique to have the Shaw Center open on a Saturday, but there's plenty of parking, there's bathroom facilities, there's tables. So, again, the recount process is going to go smooth, and I don't expect any issues.
And we are going to check in with Rob Gilman for the weekend weather coming up, brought to you by Tiny & Sons Glass. His boys do a good job. 1-888-64-TINIES.
That first Thanksgiving, the Pilgrims held it outdoors. Turkeys were abundant, and to be polite about it, easily procured. And the game would have been roasted on spits of open fires. The actual feasting would have been outdoors. The Pilgrims invented the backyard cookout. It may be the best way to celebrate with our family and friends. Ever think about roasting a turkey over an open campfire? I bet the kids would love to help you. Of course, the really big bird is roasting away in the kitchen, while the harvest tables are being set up outside. I'm Peter Brown from Tiny & Sons Glass. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family, from ours to yours.
I'm Miles Standish, and I approve this message. I hope Priscilla comes.
And Plymouth Bay Orthopedic, providing immediate care to patients with urgent orthopedic needs. With offices in Plymouth, Sandwich, and Duxbury, visit pbortho.com.
Injuries don't just happen on the field. Everyday accidents can leave you requiring acute orthopedic care. Don't let life leave you sidelined. At Plymouth Bay Ortho Urgent Care, you can book your appointment and be seen within 48 hours for injuries to your shoulder, knee, neck, back, or hands. Each location at Plymouth Bay Orthopedic Associates features on-site x-rays, casting, splinting, and telemedicine services. Bookmark pbortho.com right now so you're ready when you need them. Plymouth Bay Orthopedic Associates with offices in Duxbury, Sandwich, and Plymouth.
Now, WATD traffic and weather on the 9s.
Good morning. It's 8:39, and the ride this morning along the expressway is heavy from around East Milton, and it's heavy and slow up towards Columbia Road, and then again approaching the O'Neill Tunnel. So a pretty tough ride. Still on your way into the city. Route 3 is in good shape along the south shore of Plymouth to Weymouth. Not seeing any delays. 24 is slow getting by Harrison Boulevard. And then some delays approaching 93. But overall, 93, not too bad. Occasionally slowing down 93 south near the Route 24 ramp in Randolph. Not seeing any big delays down at the Cape Bridges. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now the updated South Shore weather.
At the Blue Hill Observatory, up at over 600 feet, 36 degrees, a dew point 33, a light breeze from the southwest now at 8 miles an hour. The barometer 30.12 inches and falling. The low spots are colder, and especially first thing this morning around Plymouth, Carver, some parts of Metro West as well, reporting patches of fog with the surface temperature near 30 or 32, and that can cause some icy spots briefly early. The fog will thin out. We'll see some sunny breaks in the clouds. It'll become a little more breezy and balmy near 50 later today. Tonight, the next system approaching from the west, and that'll track off to our south. Be a bit of rain around late, a low of 38. First thing tomorrow, the Thanksgiving parade in Plymouth kicks off. Again, we'll be on the northern edge of a bit of rain as it moves away, and then we'll see the sun break through the clouds. Becoming blustery, high 48. Sunday, sunshine with a few clouds. Monday, some sun, the highs near 45. Dry early next week, and then a bit of rain ahead of Thanksgiving Day. Next weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
Sunny and 37 now in Marshfield at the weather station WATD. I'm Laurie Kirby at 8:42. And the South Shore's Morning News continues now with Rob Hakala on 95.9 WATD.
The South Shore's Morning News rolls on. Thanks for being with us, and hello to our YouTube viewers as well. You will see we have a guest in studio this morning. We want to welcome her back to the show, and that is Julie Costa, the owner of Miss Louise Prom Closet and Special Occasions Rental. And good morning and welcome back, Julie.
Good morning, Rob. Thank you for having me back.
Yes, how have you been?
I've been great and also busy.
Well, I would imagine. Yeah, there's lots to kind of catch up on. So first of all, I just want to kind of introduce a little bit about what you do. Again, tell people the short version of the backstory, of how you got into this and what your mission is.
Yeah, of course. So I started during the pandemic when I had lost my job. I had thought of an idea of helping others coming out of it, and I had posted on Facebook I would love to collect dresses for a prom closet. And within 5 weeks, I had over 500 dresses from people purging their closets and going through things because we were all home. Mm-hmm. It was easy pickup because, what else are you doing when you're stuck home? I had lost my job, and it was definitely something that I needed to do for me moving forward because no one was hiring, and I still am a single mom. Mm-hmm. And when everything opened up, I thought, well, why don't I make this a go? And it literally grew overnight. And now going on to my 5th year of being opened. It's an affordable rental shop. It's for everyone. I have all occasion dresses, and now I have men's formal wear as well. 3 years ago, I started a nonprofit, a 501c3 prom closet for kids in need, where I sponsor a boy and a girl with a suit or dress rental for prom.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. So obviously you can rent, as we talk about. It's been 5 years. Bridgewater is where it is. Yes. And then we also have a charity component as well. And that's where you want to help those that want to experience a prom or an event, but just can't afford to, Julie. We know how tough that is for some families, right?
Absolutely. I mean, I feel that everyone has experienced some kind of hardship in their lives, and prom is not an easy experience for most, where it is expensive, from buying a ticket, getting your suit or dress, but then it's the hair, the makeup, the nails, the picture. It's a lot of factors to it. It's also one of the most memorable events in a teen's life. So for a child to miss that because of family's hardship or financial burden, I mean, it's something that I feel everyone should experience in their life.
And I know we're coming up on, I guess at this point it would be kind of holiday party season?
Yes. So right now, I mean, there's galas and balls, fundraisers, corporate events or holiday parties, weddings, and then there's Sweet 16 parties, quinceañeras, all sorts of occasions. But anyone can come in. I have a dress for anyone, from all different sizes and styles. I have new, current styles and vintage, timeless. Everything has been from donations, which is great. I believe dresses are made to be worn more than once, so it's a sustainable use.
It is true, yeah. I imagine most people, you're right, probably have, as you said, outfits that they're never going to use again. They may have some sentimental value, that's for sure. But for the most part, we're not going to a ball every week.
Right. No, and it's true. And I feel as a woman, we're creatures of habit. We'll buy something thinking we're going to wear it again. And then once we do wear it, it goes back into our closets, and out of sight, out of mind, we forget about it, and it sits there. But also,
just push it a little bit further back to make room for the new one.
Right.
And then when you buy another one, it's like squeezing it back, and you're right, and then it gets lost.
It does. It does. And, also, I mean, you think about men who've been able to rent suits and tuxes for generations, but we always had to buy. And now with social media, where we get our pictures taken and they're in our people can see us dressed up in that, and then we go to another social event. Do we want to wear that again? I mean, obviously, yes, we would love to, but then we go back shopping and back all over again, and it's expensive.
Well, it certainly can add up. You're right, and it gets very expensive for anyone.
Yes.
And so we've got holiday parties, and by the way, in the end, we'll tell you about the hours and how it works. But also, we wanted to mention while you're here, I want to make sure you have time to talk about this prom expo. What's that all about?
Yes. So, January 11th, I host and organize a prom expo for. It's actually expanding. It was just Plymouth. Now it's Bristol, Norfolk. We definitely go, we don't say no to anyone as far as vendor or high school, but it was an idea I thought of a few years back, bringing teens and parents in the same room with all the vendors, from DJ, photo booth, hair, makeup, spray tan, alterations, tuxedo rental, everything you can think of that involves a prom or even graduation. And it's a free event. Anyone can go. It's at the Bridgewater Vets Club from 2 to 6. And then I also...
What's the date on that again?
January 11th.
Okay, January 11th. Look at that. It's free to go.
It's a Sunday. Yep. Hopefully people, want to come by, bring the family. And then at 4 o'clock, we do a fashion show with Miss Louise Dresses, and we collab with Diamond Foamwear from Plymouth. We have about 55 students from 15 different high schools that volunteer. They also can receive community service hours, where I'm a nonprofit.
Oh, okay.
And it's a lot of fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
So lots of good things going on.
Yes.
Julie is the owner of Miss Louise Prom Closet and Special Occasions Rental. And so if people want to find out more, maybe there's someone in need that could use your help, or someone that would like to help out by maybe getting rid of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
How do they connect with you?
Yeah, so the address is 47 Broad Street in Bridgewater, right on Route 18. There is no appointment needed for drop-off donations. There's no appointment needed to come in and browse and try on. It's not just a prom dress shop. We have mother of the bride, evening gowns, cocktail dresses. So if you're a guest going to a wedding or a gala or on a cruise, I work with pageantry for girls that are just starting out and can't afford to buy the dresses every time they go to a pageant. It's literally for any occasion. And if you've never been, come by.
Oh, that's great. Well, Julie, thank you so much for reaching out to us. I know we've had you on several times just to kind of check in about some of these big events and just remind people again that there is a place that you can go, especially as well.
Yes.
For people in need as well. Julie Costa, Miss Louise Prom Closet Special Occasion Rental, and that is located 47 Broad Street in Bridgewater.
Yes.
And you can find out more online and check you out on social media.
Absolutely.
Well, Julie, thanks again for checking in. Julie Costa in studio this morning, joining us. Have a good rest of, have a good weekend, I guess.
Thank you. You too. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you, and we'll say goodbye to our YouTubers. Thanks for coming in again.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. That is Julie Costa, and the time now is traffic and weather time, and we have delays on the Expressway East Milton up to Andrews Square. Route 3 is okay along the South Shore, and not seeing any big delays on 24. Let's get the weather forecast for you. And our chief meteorologist is Rob Gilman, sponsored by Stewart Painting. Every job done right and on time. Receive a virtual quote within 24 hours, and now hiring. Apply online, stewartpaint.com. Here's Rob.
Rather frosty once again, especially around Plymouth, Carver. Can be some icy spots even on the roadways with patches of fog. Boston above freezing, and all of our coastal points this morning. We'll see a little sun mixed with clouds. It'll become breezy later in the day with the temperature heading for 50 degrees, rather balmy. Tonight, a system approaching from the west, and that will bring a shower, a bit of rain approaching from the south, below 38. Thanksgiving parade in Plymouth tomorrow morning kicks off, and we'll be right on the northern edge of that rain as it moves away. Sunshine will start to break through, brisk, highs near 48. Sunday, sunshine with a few clouds into Monday in the mid-40s. Next weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
We're not happy unless you're happy. Hi, I'm Sheldon Stewart of Stewart Painting, and that's been our promise for over 35 years. If we paint your home, it's going to be a great experience. We do every job right, on time, and we stand behind our work. We have thousands of lifetime customers. That's because we are committed to delivering a top-notch job every time. There are not many sure things in life, but hiring Stewart Painting to paint your home is a sure thing. That's because we live by the Stewart Painting promise. We're not happy unless you're happy. To schedule your free estimate, call either of our Hingham or Hyannis offices, or to receive a virtual quote, visit us online at stewartpaint.com. Send us a video of your project and receive your estimate within 24 hours. That's stewartpaint.com. And remember, Stewart Painting. Expect the best.
All right, 8:53 on the morning sports on WATD, sponsored by Pilgrim Coin and Currency. Get the best value for your coins, antique jewelry, sterling flatware, even pocket watches from local professional appraisers. Pilgrim Coin is just off Route 3 in Weymouth. Pilgrim Coin and Currency. Celtics and Bruins both in action tonight. The Celtics will be over at the Garden tonight. They host the Brooklyn Nets in NBA Cup action tonight at 7:30, while the Bruins continue their road trip tonight in LA. They face the Kings at 10:30. Joe Burrow could return for the Cincinnati Bengals when they host the New England Patriots Sunday at 1. Even if the franchise quarterback plays, the Bengals could still have plenty of trouble against the Patriots and Drake May. We're hoping they will have lots of trouble. Cincinnati's defense ranks last in the NFL. May leads the league in completion percentage and passing yards. The Patriots have won 8 straight. They will be in Cincinnati to take on the Bengals Sunday at 1. Thursday night football, the Texans beating the Buffalo Bills 23-19. And high school playoff football tonight on WATD, Scituate and Duxbury. They're going to play in Hingham. And they meet for the 3rd straight season with hardware on the line. Tonight's winner of the Scituate-Duxbury game will secure their spot in the Division IV Super Bowl. You can hear all the action. That's going to be tonight at 7 on WATD. And Rockland boys soccer playing in the Division IV state championship later today. Go Rockland against Bromfield School. Is that it? They play Doylefield and Leominster at 4:45. That's your update on sports.
This is David from Pilgrim Coin and Currency, South Shore's premier rare coin and precious metals dealer. With more than 40 years' experience buying and selling precious metals into state jewelry, our gemologist has both the knowledge and experience to pay the fairest prices for all your broken, unwanted, and estate jewelry. When you're looking for a unique gift, come in and see our ever-changing selection of vintage jewelry. For those interested in purchasing precious metals, Pilgrim Coin has access to a full assortment of gold and silver bars and coins. Trust in the experience of South Shore's only professional numismatist. We carry in stock a broad selection of coins and paper money to satisfy both collectors and investors. Would you like an expert opinion on an item in your collection? Trust in the experts at Pilgrim Coin for an honest evaluation of your coins, jewelry, sterling flatware, and even pocket watches. Pilgrim Coin, located near the intersection of Route 18 and 53 at 399 Washington Street in Weymouth.
Black Friday is now, and it's all this month only at Sullivan Tire. You'll get huge instant savings on most major tire brands, including Goodyear, Continental, Yokohama, Uniroyal, Nokia, and Falcon and Pirelli, but only while supplies last. Plus, buy 3 tires, get 1 free on select brands. Also, save $50 on our alignment and protection package with a purchase of any 4 tires. Check out all the deals only at Sullivan Tire.
Black Friday is now and all this month at Sullivan Tire.
The Massasoit Theater Company presents the award-winning musical, The Prom. With its blend of heart, humor, and show-stopping musical numbers, The Prom resonates with audiences of all ages. Visit the Buckley Performing Arts Center on the Brockton campus of Massasoit Community College for one of 5 shows. On Saturday, December 6th at 8, Sunday, December 7th at 3, Friday and Saturday, December 12th and 13th at 8, or Sunday, December 14th at 3. Also, a donation of a canned item will get you a free bag of popcorn when you come to the show. Tickets will go quickly. Purchase yours at massasoit.edu/box office.
Hi, this is Alyssa McNamara Reed with McNamara Financial in Marshfield. I love Roth IRAs. I love taxes, or at least how they overlap with investments and sometimes can be mitigated. I don't love annuities. I do love helping people with their investments and planning for their financial futures. I'm a problem solver and I like new challenges. There, now you know almost everything about me. Give me a call so I can learn about you. 781-834-2010 or McNamaraFinancial.com.
Hello, Chris Bethany of Bethany Builders here. Are you considering an upcoming home improvement project? A home addition, that new garage with bonus room, or an in-law suite for your parents? If so, then let's go. From design to job completion, Bethany Builders has got you covered. Our goal is to keep your project moving forward on time and on